you got to do is walk around with a cocky look on your face and not give a fuck about some of these people. And that's why I have my rule, you know, live and let live, but don't force it down my throat. And my saying for that is when a rat's ass should be offered or given. You can't really give a rat's ass because the ass of the rat is not really, the ass of this rodent isn't really yours to give. It belongs to that rodent, you know what I mean? So let that rat keep his ass, you know. But yet, they can't dictate to you when a rat's ass should even be offered or given. And so if the rat's ass being offered up means you're willing to play ball with him a little bit and you know, tolerate something, you know, and try to reason things out, you know, and tolerate them and play the game, that's called offering up the rat's ass. And you're doing them a favor by offering up the rat's ass. You don't have to give a rat's ass, you know. Yeah, so it's all about presentation. You know, when the rat's ass should be offered or given, you know. So this is kind of like random. The only reason I'm making this is basically hidden messages from, well, not so hidden, special messages for people you already know me. It doesn't matter if it gets views or not, but it gets the views, believe me, one place or another, even though it gets only 2 views. So anybody else that has a problem with it, basically go fuck a porcupine. I can give a shit less. But alright, what's up, yins guys? Time for another video. I just screwed the video up, so I'm doing it over because just talking about this shit, I'm so laughing about it because it's hard to believe that you're actually seeing this fucking shit on TV. And I think we're damn near living a version of John Carpenter's They Live. You might actually have the gay rainbow police on the cars like they have in some of these communities now. Like, you know, we'll have a version of, yeah, a certain kind of people that I work next to, you know, both white people and black people. When you got friends that are another color as you and you joke around, we're laughing our asses off about this because we've got common sense. I mean, if you watch this video, you gotta be thinking of anybody that you know, particular times you work next to, that you talk to out in the world, that how we can be living the John Carpenter's They Live scenario. But only unlike the thing with the police where they were coming up to Rowdy Piper, you know, we could have, you know, the gay rainbow on the police cars now. You all know the truth, and all of a sudden you're walking around minding your business, and then probably wearing sunglasses too, and police come up to you and maybe say some kind of shit, but fill in the blanks. But yeah, this video is about how the fucking shit they're putting right on TV, how they're literally fucking telling you who to choose as a hero now. And talking parenthesis for a second, I watched stuff about the late George Carlin from the 80s, and I remember him saying on stage, "Don't anybody fucking tell me who the fuck to choose as a hero." Well, that's not an exact quote, but I'm saying the F word a few extra times because sometimes that's how I talk. But anyway, yeah, he did say something like that. But that's what the fuck they're doing with us now. They got a propaganda figure for both white people, and they got a propaganda figure for both black people, and they're putting them on fucking Good Morning America and news shows and all that. You can probably find snippets of it on YouTube. I imagine there's people all over YouTube probably found snippets in there saying it way better than me. But first of all, you know, here's the propaganda figure for white people. Okay, you got Buttigieg. Okay, he's kissing his husband in public and all that, saying what he's going to do for everybody when he's president. And don't get me wrong, well, you didn't see any of our past presidents. Barack Obama, if he wanted to kiss his wife in public, nothing wrong with it, of course not. If he wanted to do that, knock himself out. Oh, this president we have, I don't know if he wants to do that, or any of the other presidents we had, right? But you don't see much of any of our other past presidents doing that. But you gotta, oh, now they're putting it on TV right in front of our face, like, you know, president, he's kissing his husband in the mouth right on television to tell us, you know. And that's not enough. I seen on one of them shows like Good Morning America just the other day, I kid you not, some young boy, he's probably not even, I don't even think he's even 13 yet. And they made fucking sure they put this on some TV show. Tell me they're not putting this on purpose. That they didn't plan this to put this fucking shit on TV to tell us what to think. Get a young boy, right, and he's asking Buttigieg in some whatever press conference they're having or whatever. They round up this boy somewhere and pull him right out of somewhere, and he happens to be on TV asking Buttigieg. I'm laughing my ass off. How can I be brave like you and come out? And I kid you not. I mean, I hope the fuck that's on YouTube somewhere, that somebody recorded that it's on there somewhere. I swear, I've seen it. It's on there. If any of you guys ever seen it on some news. I'm laughing my ass off because, you know what? They ain't putting that fucking shit on there for nothing. Like, they want to tell you and me who to choose as a hero. And, okay, now the propaganda figure for black people, they got the, what the fuck's his name now? I'll probably write it on the caption of this video. I'm bad with names, especially when you hear all this fucking shit every day, but he's announcing to everybody, oh, it's all over TV. They want to make sure they get all that attention. Their 12-year-old kid is ready to live their truth and become a girl. And I'm looking at Buttigieg and I'm looking at this, just like you can be white, whether you're white watching this or whether you're black watching this. Most likely you're probably doing like me, but like going like this to the TV screen. Because there's a propaganda figure for both you and me. And like I said, I wrote it on my social media. I said, okay, I talked about them both. And I said, and I'm shrugging my shoulders and I'm doing this. And I'm like, okay, so that's what you want to do. I have my life and you have yours. So how am I supposed to react to this? Am I supposed to give a flying rat's ass? Like, you're telling me what to feel, and in so many words, you're dictating empathy to me. So evidently, empathy can be dictated. Empathy is being propagated and dictated now. They want to tell you and me what the fuck to have empathy for and what the fuck is not right to have empathy for anymore. Like that. So they got both white people and both black people covered. They're putting this shit on TV on purpose. And yeah, we got friends of, you know, both black and white out there, and even certain people that we know literally saying, hey, if that's what the hell you want to do, don't shove it down my throat. But yeah, that's what they're doing. They don't want tolerance. They're shoving it down our damn throats. You're going to have, so now I had people of, people that were black that I worked with. We were joking about that. John Carpenter's They Live, but it'll be maybe the gay rainbow police cars, you know. They'll be eventually in your cities, you know what I mean? You're walking or talking any kind of way somebody don't want, and you can be just minding your own business and you'll get flagged for something. Maybe you're not wearing enough of pink, or you're not wearing any kind of whatever that they're actually forcing us on as far as clothing now, you know what I mean? Maybe you're not wearing enough of a certain color. And I just get like freaking laughable. I mean, if you're in certain other places outside your neighborhood, you know, that shit's turning into the shit you're seeing on TV now. What it actually is, okay, you know how, you know, you got certain people in religion, right, in churches. Some are better than others. I'm trying to be fair here, okay? And don't get me wrong, if you want to have friends in the church and have, you know, bake cookies and have dinners and do charity, have your safe space, I recommend it, you know. Go in, now you actually basically need your safe space. If you have it, if you believe in something, stay with your people and stay the hell away from that shit, you know. Now, yet even though I can't stand certain religion, I believe in charity. But, you know, I mean, you need some people, I said, they're nice to me. I'm saying you need your safe space because of this, right? But anyway, what I'm comparing this shit like a non-religious version of, you know, how you get the certain kind of preachers with ulterior motives that they get everybody coming to the altar. They want everybody coming to the altar crying. And, you know, there was a time when it was just okay, somebody want to repent of their sins, but you know how they want to propagate somebody, oh, coming up there all hurting and crying, and then the other person sees, they want you to say, say you see other people coming and do it, and it gets a whole bunch of people started. You know, there's a way people be misusing that shit, you know what I mean? And somebody else wants to go up there too for attention, but it's kind of a dishonest version of getting everybody on their knees, like to control the sheep. So now you got the non-religious version of that. You got the fucking, what I was talking about just a bit ago on the television. It's becoming a whole fucking religion now where they want you and me to see that on TV. We want to feel left out. We're supposed to feel alienated. And even though, yeah, you want to have the attitude, whatever floats your boat, or I have my life and you have yours. No, they don't want that kind of tolerance. They want you to feel, say, you don't go around wanting to shoot anybody because they cross-dress or because they're gay or whatever. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't want no part of that. Naturally, that's all the fuck you really need. Hey, that's against the law. I don't want no part of that. That's not good enough for them. They want impose a guilt on you, and they want you to be coming to this altar. So they're putting this fucking shit on the TV. They want to get and they're showing people on TV. You're going to see a lot of more of this fucking bullshit. And pretty soon, if you don't do it too, and you're walking around with a cocky look on your face, whether you're black or white, and you're walking around with too cocky of a look on your face. Matter of fact, yeah, your walk, your whole style and your walk, whether you're black or white, and that's going to be considered toxic masculinity. And you're almost, even though Bruce or Caitlyn Jenner or whatever the hell its name was athletic at once, right? Maybe I can argue now you're expected to be avoiding muscle development, wear a few more certain colors, and sitting in a chair with your legs crossed, like you know how girls sit when they're wearing a skirt. You see all these pussy wimps that are the same color as me. I notice a lot of them. They're in these t-shirt and shorts in these certain colors, it's almost like a childlike look, and they're actually sitting, like you see them on the bus, or see them in public places, and they're sitting with their leg crossed over like that. Their whole posture and the way they walk off. And people like you and me just walk by with a cocky look or whatever, however the hell we look. It's considered, your whole posture is going to be considered toxic masculinity. And if you can pick up 3 or 4 pounds too confidently, now it's going to look like, oh, toxic masculinity, you know. I'm just holding back a bunch of really sarcastic jokes that I could take up a whole fucking video, you know what I mean? But, and then they want to play us against each other racially, you know, so did, we don't notice the shit, but, yeah, they want to create all kind of chaos, all the chaos they can, you know, and so they need a propaganda figure that'll be a big mommy or daddy and come and fix it, you know what I mean? They got everything rigged no matter what president you got, but, yeah, Buttigieg for the white people, and for black people, they got the other person, like, take the gender. They got freaking RuPaul, you know, you see that flicking in the channels. You got people on your news media doing news about that. No, dude, drag your race. I'm trying to say that without laughing, but you're expected. It's not about tolerance. They're literally putting. They know exactly what the fuck they're doing. They're putting that shit right on TV. They got one. If you're white, they got some propaganda figures and propaganda for you, and you're told what to look up to as a hero, and you're being told what you should be feeling guilty about, that you should be shedding all your actually behaviors you walk around every day are wrong. And if you're black, they got somebody on TV for you now. They're flaunting it in your face, and putting a propaganda figure over there now, and And if you say, yeah, well, I don't give a fuck, hey, I have my life, you have yours, that's a bad attitude to them, all right? They don't, yeah. What we consider tolerance is like, oh yeah, it's against the law to go shoot anybody or anything like that. No, none of us want to do that, you know. So now they're gradually working into the younger generation's minds, you know, guilt and all that stuff too. Well, and you know, you see all these other videos now. Somebody wants to be a girl. Okay, you get some dude that's a loser in male sports, right? So he knows he's actually he loses every time in male sports. He's not good enough, right? Oh, turn himself into a woman and dominate women's sports, right? And so he looks like he's winning. And then if you say anything about it, well, you got actual biological women who are protesting and suing about it now because they're calling that cheating. I mean, if you want people to, somebody wants to change their gender and do that, they should have their own league. I don't care. You know, a separate league for whatever sport it is, whether it's for running or tennis or whatever. If they want to be that so bad, right? I don't give a fuck how they're presenting that. This is damn fucking Silence of the Lambs bullshit. You know, like Cannibal Hannibal said to Jodie Foster, they covet, you know, and then you get somebody that wants to be a girl. Why be a man and have to verbally or even physically or try to intellectually stand up for yourself? Oh, it's easier that they see a girl, right, being a victim, and they see these men, they're opening car doors for them, and they're compelled to give them money and give them things, and holding the door open the car door for them, and they're getting in fights over them. And they're looking at this, oh, geez, you know what? Why turn themselves into a chick? Oh, that's for me. I could just be a victim and everybody will be... I remember years ago, I read a book, before all this shit was getting and making the news. I read a book called The BS Syndrome, and I think they should reissue that book and rewrite it for this today and age, because the book called The BS Syndrome, you can still buy it on Amazon.com and an old copy and old books. They were talking about Mr. or Mrs. Good Looking, you know, whether they were sports, model, high school jock. I mean, they mentioned dudes too. They mentioned guys. Because of who they are, Mr. or Mrs. Good Looking, everybody, their popularity, everybody's compelled to give them things, and then everybody thinks they owe them something, you know, like that. So now you've got a version of that now that people are changing their gender, and like a part Silence of the Lambs, but yet if they wanted to rewrite Silence of the Lambs without the murder, or put the lotion in the bucket, they could be trying to make us put the lotion in the bucket, so to speak, another version of Silence of the Lambs. So I could start a big old video to make fun of that shit, but in a weird way, they're trying to force us all to put the lotion in a bucket, you know, they want us in a ditch, right, and they want us to command us to put the lotion in a bucket, and then command us to smear it all over ourselves, and they want us to passively accept whatever they want to feel like making us into. In a philosophical sense, after we put the lotion in the bucket, in a philosophical sense, they submit to being skinned alive in a certain space, but not literally, but in a philosophical sense, they're trying to do it to us, you know. They'll cut you right off the pass. Like an episode of Dr. Phil I seen the other day. I made a video about if you criticize it and all that, and you're anything, you know, whether an actor or a model or anything, just like that, they'll make you shut up and you believe what we're told to believe, or you're going to be destitute. Even people like you and me, you say that on social media out in the world, somebody will report you, right, and you'll be destitute and on the streets, and then they'll have their own police and they'll throw you in a cage. It won't matter anymore if you're black or white. It'll still be racial to a certain extent, but if you're black or white, it won't necessarily be because of your race anymore quite as much. It'll be because of what you believe and what you don't believe, you know, and they'll make you destitute and say you brought it all on yourself. You'll be homeless and destitute, and then they'll kick you when you're down and have their police they put in, you know, and Hey, that's what it basically is. Anything you can and can't say now, you know, pretty soon it's going to be their version of communism. You know, I mean, Adolf Hitler. Bow down to transgender Knezer or be thrown into the fiery furnace. Yeah, that's what it is. In this video, I have a saying about giving a rat's ass that's kind of funny. That how can you give a rat's ass? The ass of the rat isn't yours to give, so let the rat keep his ass. Or you can pick up a rat in tandem to somebody else's ass first, and yes, you're giving a rat's ass. And if the other person wants to accept the rat ass first, to give a rat's ass, you're sort of offering up the rat's ass, and it's up to the other person if he wants to accept. So I'll have another saying too, that in some certain things, that if a rat's ass should really be offered or even given about a particular subject. So that's what I say about tolerance to a certain thing. You can say sometimes you give a shit. There's some and I also have a thing where I say there's certain aspects of giving a shit or giving a fuck. It's not that I don't give a shit or give a fuck. It's there's some aspects of giving a shit or giving a fuck that I don't give a shit or a fuck about. And at any given time, when and where should a rat's ass be given, or a fuck be given, or a shit be given, or even offered? You know what I mean? So yeah, we have that motto there about when you tolerate something or other person tolerates you. That's where I say, let the rat keep his ass. You know what I mean? The rat's ass isn't yours to give. Or is not mine to give. Let the rat keep his ass. It belongs to the rat. Let the rat keep his ass. So that kind of tells you something about tolerance. You know, live and let live, even if you do it in a smirky, smart-ass kind of a way. If you've gotten this far in this video, and matter of fact, this video is so fucking long, that I need to cut a snippet from the end of this video and post it as a separate video if you got this damn far. Okay, this really is the end of the video this time, honest. Okay, here I go. See you guys next video. See you next time.